Hello friends, welcome to GVK Academy channel. As we are discussing APPSC AE AEE previous year's questions, today we are going to discuss strength of material bending stress part 1. Let's start the video. First question, the neutral axis of the cross section of a beam is that axis at which bending stress is. Option A, 0. So what he is asking in the question is that the neutral axis of the cross section of the beam is that axis at which bending stresses will be. So what will be the bending stress at neutral axis in the question is asking. So at neutral axis the bending stress always 0. So note point is that at neutral axis bending stresses are 0, but shear stress will not be 0 at neutral axis. So another note point is at neutral axis bending stress always 0. Remember that, always 0. So another point is at neutral axis shear stress always may not be maximum. So we have discussed that bending stress always 0 at neutral axis and shear stress will not be 0 at neutral axis and also will not be maximum at neutral axis. So you should note this point. So let's see how. Let's suppose this is a triangle, this is a neutral axis. At neutral axis bending stress always 0. Shear stress is maximum somewhere here but not at neutral axis. So what we need to remember, bending stress at neutral axis always 0 and shear stress will not be 0, but it is also important that it is not maximum at neutral axis. It will be maximum at neutral axis, may not be neutral axis. So these points you need to remember. Next question. Second question. A beam of symmetrical section is subjected to a bending moment which produces a maximum stress of 110 Newton mm square. If the beam is 260 mm deep, find the radius to which the longitudinal axis of beam will be bent. Take E is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 megapascal. So given that bending stress is given 110 Newton per mm square and depth given, beam depth 260 mm and Young's modulus given. So what we need to find out? Radius. Find radius to which longitudinal axis of beam will be bent. So due to, from here picture, due to some load the beam is bending like this. So here question asking that find the radius of curvature. When the beam will bend like this, there will be a curve is formed. So what is the radius of that E in the question is asking. So we know that formula m by I is equal to f by y is equal to E by r. It is called the bending equation or flexure equation or equation of theory of simple bending. So in this, where m is the moment, I is the moment of inertia, f is the bending stress, E is the Young's modulus, r is the radius of curvature, where y is the distance from neutral axis to where bending stress need to find. So y will be changes from neutral axis to any point where in question at where point we need to find bending stress. So coming to solution, so we use this relation f by y is equal to E by r based on data. So r is equal to Ey by f. E given, y will be half of the depth. So 110. So if we solve, we will get the answer. So answer is option A, 236.36 meter. So next question. A cantilever of length of 2 meter fails when a load of 2300 Newton is applied at free end. What is the stress at failure if the section of cantilever is 50 mm cross 70 mm? So what is given in the question? A cantilever is given, its length is 2 meter and load acting at the free end, and cross section also given 50 into 70 mm. And what we are asking, stress at failure, when the beam will fail, where the stress will be, bending stress will be maximum, where bending stress will be maximum, where moment is coming maximum, where moment will come maximum, at the fixed end the moment will come maximum, therefore bending stress will also be maximum at fixed end. We have the relation that F bending stress by Y is equal to M by I, then after bending stress is equal to M by Z. So we will use this relation to solve this question. So first we will find moment into load into distance. So we will get 46 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton mm, and section modulus is equal to B d square by 6. So if we kept, we will get this, and then we should keep all the values in this equation, then we will get it as 1111.65 megapascal. So answer A is the correct answer. So wrong procedure, mistaken. So many students will mistake like this. They will do, they simply see the question load and the area, then they apply directly stress is equal to load by area, they will end up with wrong answer. So we should know the concept, how should we solve this. So if you know the concept, then only you will end up with correct result, otherwise you will do this mistake, so answer will be wrong. So be careful. Next question, in case of pure bending, the beam will bend into an arc of an, so option C, circle. So whenever the beam is undergoing a pure bending, purely bending is, there is no shear is acting, only pure bending, then the curvature what we will get is the circular curvature. So the beam will bend into an arc, circular arc, and R is equal to constant, radius will be constant. Note point is neutral axis and longitudinal axis not change in length during bending. So during bending, the neutral axis length and the longitudinal axis length will not be changed during the bending. We should remember this. This directly may ask in the question. So remember this. And let's see, the question is asking pure bending. So let's see cases of pure bending when beam will undergo pure bending. So first example, cantilever acting moment M at the free end. Therefore SFD diagram will be like this, because shear force, there is no shear force, and pure moment is acting, so the cantilever beam undergoing pure bending moment. So bending moment diagram will be like this, constant M. And second example is simply supported beam acting only moment at both the supports, so there is no shear force, so SFD diagram will be only line, and only moment is acting on the beam, therefore we will get constant moment across the beam. And the third case of pure bending moment is, it is a simply supported beam and the load acting here, and this is a shear force diagram, and this is a bending moment diagram. So this region we called as a shear span region, and this region also called as the shear span region, and this middle portion is the pure bending region. So in the pure bending region, the shear forces will be 0. Let's see the definition of pure bending region. Bending moment will be non-zero constant, but shear force will be 0. So here bending moment will be constant. In pure bending region, bending moment will be constant and shear force will be 0. Here also shear force will be 0, bending moment will be constant. Where shear force 0, bending moment will be constant. Let's see the shear span region, zone in which shear force is non-zero constant, but bending moment need not be 0. Here see, in the shear span zone, shear force is constant, but need not that bending moment should be 0, So remember this. These questions may ask directly as a question. Next question. A square section of side A oriented as shown in the figure. Determine the section modulus of the following section. So what he asking? Find the section modulus for this section. So in the question he said the square section oriented like this. So he can ask question like this also. Find the section modulus of diamond section. So diamond section means this shape only. And also he may ask rhombus section. Rhombus section means also this diagram only. So he may change language like this, which have equal side length. So language may be changed like this. So be careful. So let's see square section and find the section modulus. So we know that Z is equal to BD square by 6. So BD will be same. So we will get is as A cube by 6. When coming to rhombus or diamond section, Z is equal to I by Y is equal to, where Y is equal to, Y means Y max, we will find it as diagonal length by 2. This is the Y. Y means this full length will be diagonal. So diagonal by 2 is the Y max. So how will you find the diagonal length? Y max is equal to, diagonal is equal to A square plus A square. So by Pythagoras theorem we will find this diagonal. So if we do by 2 we will get Y max. So Y max is equal to under root 2A by 2 is equal to A by root 2. Therefore, so I formula will be A BD cube by 12. So A cube by 12, similar to the square. So Y will be A by under root 2. If you solve A cube by 6 into 2 into under root 2, Z is equal to A cube by 6 root 2. So this is the answer. So option D is the answer. A cube by 6 root 2. So A cube by 6 root 2. So the possible question may be like this. There will be a possible question that find the ratio of strength of square section and rhombus section. Then we need to strength. If he is asking strength means we need to do section. We should find section modulus first. Square section and rhombus section. Then A cube by 6, A cube by 6 by root 2. If we solve, we will get is at root 2. Therefore, bending strength for square section will be greater than diamond or rhombus section. So remember this point. This point may ask directly in the question. So bending strength of square is greater or rhombus is greater. This question may be possible. So remember this point also. So next question. Assumptions made in the theory of bending is. So option B, radius of curvature is large. So why this large? So let's see here. So radius of curvature is large. We have assumption that the deflections are very small. Whenever the deflections in the beam is small, means we will get more radius of curvature, means radius will be more. Let's see here. Radius of curvature is small means the beam is bending or deflecting very large. Therefore we will get a radius is small. So this is not the assumption. This is the assumption of Euler-Bernoulli equation assumption. So radius of curvature is large. So we will come across in the assumption. Let's see the assumptions of Euler-Bernoulli's. First assumption is there should not be any distortion in the shape of cross section, that is plane section remains plane before and after bending. So we all know that this assumption. Second assumption is strain distribution is linear with 0 at the neutral axis and maximum at the extreme fibers, and this variation is valid up to failure. Remember that, valid up to failure. The strain distribution will be linear. This is a strain distribution. So strain distribution will be linear up to the failure, whereas stress distribution will be linear up to proportionality limit only. Up to proportionality limit. Strain distribution is linear up to failure. Stress distribution is linear up to proportionality limit. So these 2 points may ask directly as a question. Please remember. And both are linear. Another assumption is Bernoulli assumption is valid in working stress method, ultimate method, limit state method and plastic theory also. So Bernoulli assumptions are valid. Question may ask working stress, ultimate method, LSM, plastic theory, all of the above. So you should be put all of the above. So in all this concept, Bernoulli assumption will be valid. Next question. Every layer is free to expand or contract. There will be no friction between the layers. There is no, that means there will be no shear stress. So here diagrammatically I have explained that this is here upper component will be in the compression and lower will be in the tension. In the middle part we will have vertical shear, but horizontal shear will be 0. That is only saying in the assumption. Free to expand or contract. There will be no friction between the layer. No friction between the layer means their shear stress will be 0. Shear stress will be 0. Only vertical stresses are assuming in Euler-Bernoulli assumption. So please remember this. But in practically the horizontal stresses will be present, but assumption is saying that there will be no horizontal stress, shear stress. So next assumption is the material properties remain same in tension and in compression. Material properties means E, G, K, nu, etc. Next assumption is the beam is subjected to pure bending and therefore bends into an arc of a circle. See, this assumption is directly asked in a question. In a previous question we saw that he asked directly framed as a question. This is question. This is the assumption directly framed as a question. So assumptions are very important. Next question. Radius of curvature is large compared to dimensions of the cross section. Radius of curvature is large. So we seeing that question directly, assumption made in the theory of bending. Radius of curvature is large. So assumptions are framing directly question. Next, slopes and deflections are very small, slopes and deflection will be small, then only we will apply this principle of superposition. Superposition principle valid only for small slopes and deflection. And also one point is superposition principle valid up to proportionality limit only. So these all are the assumptions. Some note point, validity of the Euler-Bernoulli equation, note points, this one. So Euler-Bernoulli is valid for non-homogeneous beams and composite beams. So Euler-Bernoulli assumptions are valid for non-homogeneous and composite beams also. Next assumption is not valid for deep beams where torsion develops due to loading and plane cross section may not be plane after loading. What he is saying, for deep beams this assumption, Euler-Bernoulli assumption is not valid, because in deep beams there is a possibility of torsion develop, and also plane section will not be remain plane before and after loading. So assumption is not valid for deep beams. Next, circular members subjected to torsion, Bernoulli assumption is valid. For non-circular members subjecting torsion, assumption is non-valid. Whenever torsion is applied on the beam, if it is a circular member, the assumption of Bernoulli is valid. But if the beam is non-circular and acting torsion, then these assumptions are not valid. So these points you need to remember. These points will directly framed as a question. So thank you friends. In this video I have taken so many less questions, but I have explained and included so many points. That points are very important, that points may directly framed as a question. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, like and share, and join the Telegram group. Link is given in the description.